Here are all the rumored names on the P. Diddy list to be released by President Donald Trump.
It's unlikely that Donald Trump knows the names of everyone who attended a party hosted by Sean Diddy Combs, though he may remember a few prominent attendees. Trump has been known to associate with various celebrities and public figures over the years, so he might recognize some key names, especially if they're high-profile guests or people he interacted with directly at the event. However, Diddy's parties often attract a wide range of artists, entrepreneurs, and influencers, many of whom may not be as well known to Trump or on his radar. Generally, with large celebrity gatherings like those Diddy hosts, not every attendee is on a first-name basis with everyone present, particularly when guests come from diverse backgrounds and industries. Trump is likely aware of the event itself, and perhaps a few key personalities who attended, but it's a stretch to think he'd know the names of everyone who attended without assistance, like a guest list or a recap from the event host.
So another famous family that is rumored to be involved with the list is the Kardashians. I'm hoping this isn't true because I love the family. I think they're beautiful, I think they're super interesting, and while keeping up with the Kardashians has brought the family a lot of success, clips from the past have come back to haunt them.
I got on a plane at 5:30 a.m. I think half the people there were butt naked.
Another big name we keep on hearing is Jennifer Lopez. While many are quick to hate on J-Lo, the connection to Diddy is no different. Back in the day, the two used to date, and of course this led people to believe she was involved in these parties and knew exactly what Diddy was doing. But so far, it's looking like she didn't have any involvement in any of the heinous stuff that went on these parties. It also has people wondering what happened behind the scenes between the two. We all know Diddy has a track record of treating his exes badly. We all heard Usher's name brought up on this list, but the question is why? Usher was just 13 years old when Diddy became his legal guardian. During the time of his growth as a singer, he noted that he was exposed to a lot at a young age. In his words, he said, "There was always girls around. You'd open a door, you'd see someone doing it, or several people in a room having an orgy. You never knew what was gonna happen." Now moving forward, fans have noticed Usher wiped out his Twitter, but he claimed he was hacked. Now we can't mention Usher without bringing up Justin Bieber. A lot of videos that have made fans uncomfortable have gone viral between Diddy and Bieber. While the two were very connected when Justin was just starting out at such a young age, many people believe he saw dark things and was changed ever since the two were acquainted.
Singer Rihanna once mentioned that she would consider leaving the country if Donald Trump won the election. Could there be more to her decision? Or perhaps something related to her attendance at Diddy's famous parties? Does Trump hold any information about her from these events?
I was at I believe to be one of P. Diddy's freak-offs.
Now, singer-songwriter Tania Wallace told TMZ's Harvey Levin for the Tubi special, The Downfall of Diddy, Inside the Freak-Offs. She believes she witnessed underage victims at one of Diddy's 2018 parties.
I'm looking.
The sex, booze, and drug-fueled freak-offs at the center of the case against Diddy. New reports today claim he spent up to $500,000 per event, which included the mainstream part.
Hey yo, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Diddy.
And for the lurid after-party, even having hundreds of mirrors mounted on the walls and ceilings at one event, everywhere you looked was sex, said the party planner who spoke to Page 6.
I'm looking like, are those midgets? Because people were it's people over them, like it's people trying to hide what they're doing.
Adults who are little people, or are you talking about minors?
Am I gonna get in trouble?
Now, as for what they were doing, she never really could get a clean look at it. She said there was a wall of adults encircling them who clearly didn't want everyone at the party to see what was happening there. She said when she saw this scene with the younger people, that it was about 7 a.m. and that the party had been going all night.
Did anyone ask her why didn't she leave, and what was she doing?
She was there as the guest of a Saudi prince. As to why she didn't leave, I don't know what time she left. I agree with you that once you see something like she's describing, that's the time to tip out the door.
Ray J has dropped a bombshell, claiming that the exclusive parties hosted by Sean Diddy Combs, known as freak-offs, involved far more than just wild celebrations. According to him, what happened at these gatherings crossed lines, and now, some of Hollywood's biggest names are paying to keep it all hidden. Ray J suggests that powerful celebrities are offering significant sums to victims and witnesses to keep these dark secrets under wraps. The stakes are high, And the reputations of several A-listers hang in the balance, as they allegedly resort to hush money to prevent scandalous details from leaking. Despite the payoffs, Ray J insists the truth may be too big to stay buried, hinting that some secrets can't be silenced forever.
During an interview for The Doc, he said, quote, "I'm hearing about artists paying victims to keep their names out of it." He's basically saying some celebrities out there were involved in Diddy's freak-offs and they're trying to pay off survivors. This part isn't entirely new information. We always knew Diddy had a lot of celebrities in his sphere, from the white parties with Leo DiCaprio and Ashton Kutcher to his past relationships with singers Jennifer Lopez or Cassie. But in more recent weeks, we've learned that some celebrities were also involved in these illegal freak-offs, and in at least one case with an underage victim. All this info came forth from Houston-based attorney Tony Buzbee. After Diddy's indictment, he revealed literally thousands of people came to him alleging abuse at the hands of Diddy. But these survivors mentioned other people too, some A-list stars that Buzbee says could be mentioned in future civil lawsuits.
And it's my view that if you were around and you were there and you were watching this and in some way participating in this, you're complicit. It's one thing to, obviously, anybody that was directly participating in this, in my view, should be under the jail, but that's not my decision to make. That's the authorities. My job is to find and ferret out all the people involved, facilitated, benefited from, profited from, and make sure that they are parties in these cases as we file them. And there is a long list of people.
Buzbee sent demand letters to these celebs, and he says some have already settled outside of court.
Ray J's allegations have sparked curiosity, as they hint strongly at hush money being used to keep secrets from Sean Diddy Combs' private parties under wraps. He claims that some high-profile individuals involved in these gatherings are paying victims and insiders to stay silent. But it raises an intriguing question. How does Ray J know so much about what went on behind closed doors? This adds another layer to the story, suggesting he may have been closer to these events than anyone realized, or perhaps he's tapped into information that others have tried to keep buried.
Let's get into the Diddy situation, okay? Everybody's flipping out. Nobody knows what to do. Nobody's saying nothing. I know I did the first interview on News Nation, and now I see a whole lot of interviews coming after. Are you guys waiting for somebody to, be the front runner to speak out and to say what they feel? Because I'm not scared. Are there really tapes? Are a lot of people being implemented into this crazy criminal investigation that's going on right now? How many people are in it? How many celebrities are involved in what they're saying?
So to your point, what's next then? These federal investigators are going to reach out to Ray J and say, okay, well, who's talking to you?
Yeah, they could reach out to him informally. They could reach out to his lawyer if he has one. They could subpoena him to come talk in front of a grand jury and ask him all these questions about what did you hear? Who did you hear it from? Another problem with Ray J is a known good friend of P. Diddy. There's multiple videos of them two partying. There's one where Diddy's talking about being outside or inside. He's obviously super intoxicated. Ray J's present. And so now the issue is Ray J says he's never seen a freak off. He didn't even know this occurred. And if we know anything about Ray J, we know of his past with Kim Kardashian. We know that he may be a freak himself. So for Ray J to be friends with P. Diddy and say that he's never been to a freak off or didn't even know that freak offs occurred, some people might question that as well.
Ray J's career has often seemed overshadowed by his sister Brandy's success, leading some to wonder if his recent comments about Sean Diddy Combs' private parties are an attempt to gain attention for himself. Speculation is growing that he might be discussing these tapes and alleged secrets, not just for exposure, but as a strategic move to get back in the spotlight and solidify his own name in the industry.
A controversial rapper is back behind bars, now in the same detention center as disgraced music mogul Sean Diddy Combs. And it doesn't appear the New York rapper will be at home in time for Thanksgiving after he slapped with more jail time for violating the terms of his release from prison back in 2020. Daniel Hernandez, better known by his stage name Tekashi 69, was initially thrown behind bars in late October for a number of violations.
Tekashi 6699 and Sean Diddy Combs are indeed being held at Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center, MDC, but they are not sharing a cell. Despite rumors, both are in separate areas of the facility. Tekashi 6699 is reportedly isolated from other inmates due to his high profile, including any interactions with Diddy. This separation is consistent with MDC's standard practices for high-profile detainees, aimed at minimizing potential conflicts or disturbances within the prison system.